SciVal Funding is an innovative web-based tool that helps you find new funding opportunities. In addition, by reviewing award histories, you can gain awareness of new sponsors that match research interests. SciVal Funding provides valuable information about grant opportunities and award recipients that can help answer the following questions. Which funding opportunities are most relevant to me? How do I find new sources of external grant income? How can I ensure that I'm aware of all new opportunities related to my research? Which investigators are winning grants in my field? Many of the funding opportunities are not restricted by location or citizenship, and SciVal Funding is comprehensively covering grants from the following countries: the United States, Canada, the European Commission, the United Kingdom, Ireland, South Africa, India, Singapore, Australia, and New Zealand. Every university in the world wants to grow its funding. It's top of mind for all researchers and university decision makers. University budgets are down across the board, and external research funding is becoming increasingly competitive. As a result, there's increased competition for funding. On average, biomedical researchers receive their first National Institutes Health grant at the age of 42. National Science Foundation grant approval rates are down to 15%. And increased regulation and compliance requirements are putting strains on research administration. And the most surprising statistic is that researchers spend 30% of their time preparing funding proposals, however, only 20% get funded. So why have we created SciVal Funding? With the tool, we're hoping to help find new sources of external grant income for our users, to increase their proposal success rate, and to help automate the funding opportunity dissemination. We have designed SciVal Funding to support researchers, research administrators, and research development professionals in the pre-award stage of the research funding process. The product delivers quick and comprehensive access to current funding opportunities and award information. Here we are on the home page of SciVal Funding. This allows you to have easy access to the funding opportunities via either search or browse. Searching, for example, allows you to discover new sources of funding, especially from smaller foundations or charities that may be interested in investing in less traditional projects. We can use the search results to identify these funding bodies and link through to a full list of available active opportunities. The first thing I'll do is run a search. Type your search into the search box and click search. Running a search will then bring up the number of active opportunities which are available across the whole database. Here we have 517. At the same time, I can also see the total number of awarded grants, matching my search criteria. In this case, more than 134,000. I can also see the number of inactive opportunities, 978. To view any of these, simply click on the tabs. Moving back to my opportunities. There are a number of filtering criteria on the left-hand side. You can filter by sponsor country, subject area, sponsor type, sponsor, deadline, award type, etc. Once you click on a filter, it automatically activates it. I've now refined my results to Europe and have filtered them down to 38. You can also filter your results by deadline, sponsor, amount, and currency. I'm going to filter mine by amount. This now shows me the highest valued amount for neuroscience within Europe. It comes from the Department of Health, and I can click on the title to see more information. It shows me the deadline, 13th of March 2012, what type of grant it is, research grant, the award ceiling, in this case £1 million. If I scroll down, further information about the background of this funding opportunity. Scrolling to the top of the page, you can view the full announcement here. This takes me to the Department of Health's website, which has further information about the funding opportunity, the requirements to apply for this opportunity, and the formal application process. This is typical of all funding opportunities within the database. In order for you to apply, you must access the funding body's website. Coming back to my opportunity, if I want to see other funding opportunities that this funding body has available, simply click on the link. Currently, the Department of Health has 16 active opportunities available. For any search I run, I have the opportunity to save this search, set up an alert via email, or an RSS feed. Coming back to the home page, we'll see further information about SciVal Funding, such as the amount of active opportunities which are currently available, more than 14,000, the amount of awarded grants, more than 2.46 million, and the amount of funding bodies currently covered in the product, which is more than 4,000. All of these are active links. If I click on them, it will take me to the results. Here I have the results for every single active funding opportunity in SciVal Funding. I can then filter my results on the left as I did before. Or if I wanted to see a list of all of the funding bodies, I can simply click on here, and it shows me all 4,579 funding bodies. We have also set up a number of targeting browsing opportunities on the left-hand side. You can browse by continent and country, for example, Europe. I can expand that and view only the opportunities for the United Kingdom, for example. Or I can look at all North American opportunities. And once again, filter my results to make them more specific for my needs. In a similar way, we have set up other quick links to limited submission awards, amounts over 1 million, deadlines within the next 3 months, multidisciplinary awards, and foundations or private sponsors. And then the third category is subject area, allowing you to view all awards in the different subject criterias. SciVal Funding also lets you analyze the funding environment. You can access data for funding performance measurement, evaluation, and strategic planning. You can view articles that relate to research financed by funding bodies, and you can gain insight into awarded history to see which researchers and projects have received funding in the past. This may also allow you to find potential collaborators and identify principal investigators working in areas of interest similar to your own. An example of this could be where I'm interested to see all of the opportunities and awarded grants that relate to the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, or NASA. Click on the link, and funding shows you the total number of active opportunities, the awarded grants, related publications, and more information about this funding body. Here I can see the opportunities per quarter, the subject areas of active opportunities, and if I scroll down, the opportunities by award type. If I'm interested to see what they've awarded in the past, I can click on the awarded grants. I can view this in a chart view to see the highest awarded institutions, the subject areas, and the awards per year. But as with the opportunities, I can also view this as search results. I can then see the title of the opportunity that was awarded, the principal investigator, and the institution that that investigator was affiliated to. Also the amount that was awarded. By clicking on the title, I see further information. SciVal Funding also lets you see publications related to the awarded funding. In this case, there are over 36,000 of them. To read any of these related publications, click on the link and you're taken to the abstract in Scopus. Finally, you can read a description about the sponsor by clicking on the Description and Contact tab. So we've seen how you can search for opportunities and awarded grants, also how you can browse the opportunities on the left hand side. We've also seen how SciVal Funding allows you to evaluate the history of the awarded grants and find out more about the funding bodies and whom they've awarded in the past. The final thing I'd like to show you is the personal recommendations. SciVal Funding allows you to receive targeted funding recommendations and email alerts based on pre-populated publication profiles. This avoids missing out on any relevant opportunities. My personal recommendations are on the right hand side. It lists the top 5 and I can click See All to view the top 100. In order to receive your personal recommendations, a typical user will see this view. They then need to click on the Find My Publications button. You then search for either your name or the name of a researcher that best matches your research field. This searches the Scopus database for any matched authors. Select the most relevant author profiles. Check to see if the publications are correct. It then brings up your recommendations. I then have the option to view recommendations from only particular countries by updating my profile. But first you have to log in. Once logged in, I have the option to modify my profile. I can add particular countries I'd like to filter my results on, and also additional keywords. Below you can see the keywords that have been pulled up from the documents in Scopus that match my profile. This information is then used to match the current funding opportunities to my criteria. And if I click on Recommendations, you will now see my new set of recommendations. To view more information on these, simply click on them as you would do a normal search. Finally, if you'd like to learn more about SciVal Funding, we have tutorials on how to find sponsors interested in funding my research, or how can awarded grants help me find relevant opportunities, and the third tutorial on how do I manage my search alerts and create recommendations.